Hey legends, welcome along to another little review here on Transformers Generation 1 Season 2. This episode is called The Girl That Loved Powerglide. Now, on entry to this episode, you're thinking to yourself, I don't know, it's going to be one of these dud episodes, like how good can this one be? And that's a genuine treat. At the beginning of the episode, there's this girl that's attacked by the Decepticons, the Coneheads, Frost, Dirge and Ramjet. They're trying to kidnap her from this birthday party she's having. So it turns out this girl, Astoria, is the new chairman of an energy company. She's only a teenager, she doesn't have any real access to the company, but her father died, left it to her, so she's the one in charge now. But she's a teenager, you know, she just wants to do teenage things, and she's having a party. At the beginning, all the other executives there annoyed because they have to, you know, do all this stupid stuff instead of actually, you know, working and making money. So Powerglide enters the scene, rescues her from the Coneheads, and things go from bad to worse for Powerglide for the better part of this episode, because this girl is just, she's, as I say, teenager, wants to do teenage things. She's irritating the absolute life out of Powerglide, and you know, he's trying his hardest to protect her from the Coneheads and get her back to Autobot headquarters, but she wants to go get something to eat. She gets her own way. She's a spoiled child, essentially, and she ends up at a fun fair with Powerglide to get something to eat. Then she wants to go on the rides and whatnot, and merry-go-rounds, have a good time, not taking the entire situation seriously whatsoever. The Coneheads attack again, of course. Powerglide gets the better of them, and him and Astoria escape once more. But on the way back to Autobot headquarters, the Coneheads strike one more time, and they take out one of the wings of Powerglide, and he's forced to crash land in the desert. And they do actually manage to kidnap Astoria this time, take her back to the Decepticons. And Powerglide, as much as this girl is annoying him, is starting to care for her in this episode, and he has to be taken back to Autobot headquarters to get repaired. Teletran 1's trying to work out what's going on, why the Decepticons would be interested in this teenager, you know, what has she got. And there is this necklace that she's wearing. We do get to know that that's an important symbol to her. Before her father died, he left this necklace for her and told her never to take it off. So Teletran 1 discovers there's this sky platform above the Atlantic, and it's the Decepticons. They have got a suborbital station, and it turns out that Megatron wants some information that she has that her father left her, that he can use to, you know, turn the electronic atmosphere of the planet into energon, the electromagnetic atmosphere, whatever you call it. And again, this girl is not playing ball whatsoever. She just, even though she's strapped down to a chair, getting interrogated by Megatron and the Decepticons, getting threatened to give them this information, and Jesus, like, here, you know, settle yourselves, you know, what the hell's wrong with you, you know, you're all idiots. Megatron is getting irritated beyond belief, and there's some real nice little comic moments in here in this episode, because it's just the sort of character that you know Megatron to be, and the fact that he's most of the time level-headed and almost everything that he does, he is losing it in a major way in this episode. So he can't hurt this girl till he gets the information. So he tells Soundwave to use a psycho probe on her that will get the information he needs out of her. Because, this is your last chance to tell me what you know, because the psycho probe is an excruciating experience, and it's going to blast like thousands of volts of energy through her head. But the thing with this girl too is she has this tendency to mess up machines wherever she goes. You see that countless times in the episode. There's earlier on when her and Powerglide go to a small little workshop that Wheeljack has in the city. Spike is there, he's working on cars and whatnot, and he actually tries to hit on her earlier in the episode, and everything in his workshop starts to malfunction. He accidentally sets fire to the engine he's working on. She steps back and knocks down another engine. So she says, I have a hard time with machines, we don't get on. So in the interrogation part of this episode in Decepticon headquarters, no matter what they try to do with this machine to take the information out of her head, it just will not work. There's these things that are supposed to stick onto the side of her head, they keep falling off. Soundwave and Rumble actually have to hold them in place at one point to try and get this machine to work on her. And when Megatron connects, it starts it up. The energy doesn't touch her in the slightest, but it fries Soundwave and Rumble. So there's some funny stuff on here. Of course, now that the Autobots know about this suborbital station, Powerglide is repaired. He's taken off again, heading towards this station to save her. The thing is, the station is emitting like an energy storm, and it's almost knocking him out of the sky as he's trying to fly in towards it. And the girl has escaped at this point. The Decepticons get distracted because they see that Powerglide is on his way to rescue her, so they're out to try and take a few pot shots at him to take him down. She realises he's not going to make it because of this energy storm that this thing is emitting, so she takes the necklace off and she's like, I'm sorry Dad, but I'm going to have to chuck the information that Megatron and everybody needs in this episode is a formula, an energy formula that will help them achieve their ends. And this is what the father left the daughter, and it's inside this necklace. And she realises the aerial on the top of the station needs to be destroyed to save Powerglide. So she takes the necklace off, chucks it up, it explodes, takes out the aerial, knocks the station essentially out of orbit, and Powerglide is able to continue his run towards the station. The Decepticons, realising that the station now is going to plummet to the surface, they escape, return to Decepticon headquarters, and on the suborbital station, Powerglide and this girl Astoria are having a nice little moment together, and he gives her a little parachute to get off the station. I've got something to do here. He's got a plan for what they're going to do with the station. This thing's taking a nosedive towards Earth, so he needs to make sure that it doesn't hit a populated area. So he's going to do that. She refuses to go, chucks the parachute away, stays with him, and he's getting irritated again with her. But he has to keep her there. So he goes on to the control room to fix things up, try to get control of the station again as it's plummeting towards Earth. And he thinks he has it repaired properly, but it still won't work. And he realises it's because she's still here. She's jinxing the controls. So he throws her out of the room and gets control of it again and changes the trajectory of the station, and him and her escape the platform. Down in the Decepticon base at the bottom of the ocean, Megatron's like, well, we didn't get what we were after, but at least we're safe where we're at. Soundwave tells him, yeah, correction, the platform's still our problem. Powerglide changed the trajectory of the fall to make sure this thing hit Decepticon headquarters, and we close that out with the Decepticons, like Megatron's on the intercom. Decepticons, your new orders are to clean this mess up. So we get our final closing scene with Astoria thanking Powerglide for everything that he's done for her, and the executives have arrived with a big limo waiting for her. And Powerglide is like, next time I'm in town, maybe I can look you up. And she's like, yeah, of course you can, I would love that. So she fell in love with Powerglide in the episode. She told him a couple of times that she really cared for him because he was the hero that rescued her. And at the end of the episode, the Autobots is kind of giving Powerglide a bit of guff about, he's pretty much at this stage one of the only Autobot jets that they have, and he likes to act the tough guy all the time, and the Autobots are like, yeah, it's weird that Powerglide managed to get shot down by Cupid, and Powerglide's like, I'd knock your circuits out. But at the end of the episode, you see him on his own, and he opens his chest panel, and within the circuit you see this little energy circuit in the shape of a heart. So Powerglide and this little girl actually did have genuine feelings for each other. This episode, I don't know, sometimes you're going through these box sets and you look at some of the titles of episodes and you think to yourself, I don't know how good this episode could really be. I might skip over it. Don't do that. I'm telling you, like, in my experience, the majority of the better episodes in most of these old shows were the ones that you'd look at the titles and think to yourself, this is going to be garbage, but it actually turns out to be really good. And this one here was a genuine little treat that I did actually find myself laughing out loud at a couple of times within it. It was just so well done. The character of Astoria in this episode was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I don't know how the PC police would react to this episode these days, but it is what it is. The 80s was a completely different time, and this girl was very much the stereotype of the spoiled teenager wanting to get her own way and everything. But yes, there was quite a few less snowdrops back in the day.